So the band's called Ben Harold and the Rising. These guys are phenomenal. I've got a keyboardist, Dan Colasari, who does a bunch of solo stuff. He just released an album too. Joe Howard on drums, Kenny Zabler on guitar, and Carl Crumblis on bass, and then myself playing what I can do to keep up with them. I work for an organization called Wisconsin Music Ventures. I work with their patron program. We support local musicians and venues and things like that. I basically work with all the people who are just your average folks that want to give to support. They'll give annually, they'll give a one-time gift, whatever it is, just to make sure that local musicians have an outlet for being able to put music out there and get paid for it.
Cool.
It's tricky right now. Nobody's doing real well, but especially musicians. And I think these people really care about that. And they're just there to make sure that there's an outlet or a support system behind local music.
Tell where she's going. And she said she was free. Who am I to know this? She was on the run. 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 Stop it now. She's a long way from here. She made a vow, reconciling those years. She was on the run. 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 And there's no stopping what's resolved. And there's no silence in her call. Oh, just let her leave. Just let her leave. Just let her leave. She'll be free. Who can stop her now? She's a long way from here. She made a vow, reconciling those years. She was on the run. 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 She was on the run.
This whole slew of songs I did was from a new album we're working on right now. COVID kind of pushed us to, in a sense, started early, which is great. But this album came out of just a bunch of stories from a really weird time in our, I think, just not only just my personal life, a lot going through, but in our nation and in our country, in our world, really. So I just got to writing a bunch of stories about people, about things that I had observed about different people in the world, and just meeting different people, which was new for me. I'd never written like that before. So very narrative driven. And so we're calling this album These Days just for the fact that it really fits into the theme of there's so many stories going on these days, and it's just too much to collect in one album. But we'll tell what we can.
Melody in silence makes a way. Focusing her thoughts on the rain. And the buses pass on by, taking people back home. See the lines on the sidewalk matches the scars on the soul. Till someone looked her in the eye, and she heard love. She heard love. She heard love all around her. Melody in silence takes a sip. Reminded her of all those long past summer trips. She's shaken by the horns and the yelling on the road.
How have you found writing during this time?
There's probably you're finding yourself in your room by yourself alone more now, so it's conducive to writing.
Yeah.
I find it. It's not so much the time, I would say, as it is just the mentality of I've tried to shift myself more into a writing mentality as I've gone into this new album. The first album when I wrote I wasn't planning to make an album. I was just writing a couple songs. I think I had 5. Peter Carlson, the guy who produced my album at that point, he had some new toys that he wanted to record with. Said, come on this day. The day before I had off, I wrote 7 songs that day. That's not my process. It just happened. So when it came to playing shows, they always want 2 or 3 hours, and I didn't want to be an original band playing cover songs, mostly cover songs. So I had to get into a rhythm and a process of recording music and writing music, I should say. And so for this second album, it was really learning how to write music, giving myself the time and space I needed to do that. And so I think now at this point, I'm just kind of in that rhythm, regardless of COVID.
Yeah.
It hasn't hurt it, and I can't say it's helped it, but it probably has. There's so many stories of, we write about what people are going through, and people are going through a whole hell of a lot right now.
Caught myself tonight, neath the halo of moonlight, with the same damn song that's echoed through my mind. Tried to run but smoked one down, lost myself in this old town. Undoubted arms and a broken will that once took more to leave me battered, broken on the floor. I am weak, and I am weak, I am weak, and I'm trapped inside these walls. I am weak, I am weak, I am weak, can't take it anymore. All my life is run by fear. They're gonna hear what they wanna hear. It seems like that's the only thing that's crystal clear. Mistaken, caught by chance, it was a victim circumstance. I swear to God the weather's getting hot today, but I never knew it any other way. I am weak, I am weak, I am weak, and I'm trapped inside these walls. I am weak, I am weak, I am weak, can't take it anymore. I am weak, I am weak, I am weak, and I'm trapped inside these walls. I am weak, I am weak, I am weak, can't take it anymore. Can't take it anymore.
One of the greatest things about playing music is watching people respond to it, because you start to respond to them, and there's this reciprocation of relationship.
Yeah.
with somebody you've never met before. And sometimes you can almost read their thoughts. And there's been times where I've felt that welling up in me. You know, you got to focus, or you're going to just let it go and cry on stage. You know, you that relationship. And I think that why play music? I think I just have to. I can't not. Yeah. You know, it's been there since I started playing music. I have to.
She never said I didn't ask for this, but it was right there on her lips. Dirt poor, raising 4 on her own. It's just a season that I'm in, she said, with a crooked grin. But seasons don't change much where I live. Days are long and years are short. On the record, you'll be fine someday, you tell your soul. Talk of hope just makes you bored when it's never getting better. You'll live someday, now you're just a ghost. Yeah, you're just a ghost. Not fooling anyone, I guess, just trying to do my very best. She made a point with a half-hearted laugh. And maybe things could change real soon, and she'd be twirling round the quiet room. But that may never be what she gets. Days are long and years are short. On the record, you'll be fine someday, you tell your soul. Talk of hope just makes you bored when it's never getting better. You live someday, now you're just a ghost. Yeah, you're just a ghost. Days are long and years are short. The needle's on the record. You'll be fine someday, you tell your soul. Talk of hope just makes you bored when it's never getting better. You live someday, now you're just a ghost. You live someday, now you're just a ghost. Yeah, it's just a ghost. Just a ghost.
Ghost stories. So yeah, I can tell you some ghost stories. I got a couple. When I was a kid, this is true, man. When I was a kid, I had a bunk bed, and I was coming down the bunk bed ladder, and I used to see shadows and stuff when I was a kid, and I used to have what are those like waking nightmares?
Terrors.
Night terrors. I used to have those all the time. And I remember one time I slept fine, but I woke up in the middle of the night, I was going down a ladder, stepped my foot on the ground, and felt that around my ankle, and then it was gone. That was one. Yes. I got you now. Yes. I got you.
Yes. Good.
This is true.
Good.
Second one. First year in college, I was staying with a family, and I was in this small room. It was maybe 10 by 10, real tiny room. And I'm playing my guitar. It's probably like 1 or 2 in the morning. Doors closed. I'm sitting here on the bed. Doors right here. Playing guitar. And as clear as day, from right outside the door, I hear whistling at me. So I think it's the guy who owns the house, the dad, and a friend of mine. I open the door, nobody. And initially, I'll say, like, it took me a while to open the door because I had just chills running up my spine. So I go to sleep like this, facing the wall. I found out, like, months later, I'd already left. I was already planning to leave. I didn't leave because of that. But months later, I found out he was taking a nap one day, and he heard somebody whistling a tune downstairs. And he thought it was someone was home. So we went down there. Nobody down there.
Ghost whistler.
The whistling ghost, man. That's so freaky, man. So those are my two. I got two of those.
Awesome. I love good ghost stories. And what about for your music? Where do people find that?
benharoldmusic.com.
Okay.
Like I said, we're working on a new album, but we have an album that went out in April of 2019, put out a single last year, and, no tour dates, obviously,
Yeah.
but as we get moving into the future, that'll all be there, and videos and all that fun stuff.
It's like a dream or a lie, and it catches you when it's realized, when the smoke clears. You can see what started the fire. It's like an ocean, but you don't drown, or a curtain that's been pulled down. When the veil is torn, you can see the ground, enough to walk away. I feel it in the air tonight and in the pouring rain, and crashing down when you walk away. I feel it in the air tonight and in the pouring rain, and crashing down. It's like a painting that you see. Doesn't matter what you believe, when the image is revealed, it stirs the world inside, changes your mind as you walk